How it's getting to you?
Hey! Well, your voice, the information being transferred, is being picked up by that tiny microphone inside your phone and being sent to cell phone towers where it is then heard by me.
Oh, but how is the information being transferred?
The information is being transferred by using electromagnetic waves and cell phone towers that interpret and send out waves to the receiving cell phone.
So where does it start?
It starts when you speak into the microphone. The microchip inside the phone turns these signals into strings of numbers. The numbers are packed up into a radio wave and then beamed out from the phone's antenna. The radio wave races through the air at the speed of light until it reaches the nearest cell phone mast, often mounted on a hill or tall building. The numbers are packed up into a radio wave, which is a type of electromagnetic wave with a frequency of less than 3,000 gigahertz. In the case of a cell phone, the frequency is around 300 megahertz, and the wavelength is about 1 meter. The amplitude is the height from the equilibrium to the crest. The wave speed, or velocity, is the speed of light. Radio waves are kind of transverse waves, meaning they come out at a right angle from their point of origin, whereas longitudinal waves come out in the same direction as their point of origin.
And how does it get to my brain?
Well, the cell phone tower receives the signals and passes them on to an exchange building. From there, they are routed onward. Calls made from a cell phone to another cell phone on the same network travel to their destination by being routed to the mast nearest to the destination phone, and finally to that phone itself. Calls made to a cell phone on a different network or a landline follow a more lengthy path. They have to be routed to the main telephone network before they can reach their ultimate destination, meaning your phone, which feeds into your brain.
Wait, so what kind of waves and stuff are using this?
Radio wave. Radio wave. Well, cell phones are built kind of like two-way radios. A cell phone handset, like the one you're using, contains a radio transmitter for sending radio signals onward from the phone, and a radio receiver for receiving incoming signals from other phones, like mine. Because the radio transmitter and receiver are not very high-powered, cell phones can't send signals very far. That's why sometimes the cell phone towers are necessary. They have huge high-powered antennas, and they can pick up faint signals from many cell phones and route them onward to their destination. If we didn't have these towers, we'd need cell phones with huge antennas and giant power supplies, and they'd be way too big to use and walk around with. We really like this method because you are able to contact people on the go. Let's say my mom went to the grocery store and forgot her list. Instead of driving all the way home to get it, she could call someone at home just to tell her what she needs. Or let's say I get lost. Without my cell phone, I couldn't call anyone to help me find my way. Although, I would have to pull over to the side of the road because I can't use the cell phone while I'm driving. All of these examples show how easy, convenient, and effective it is to use a cell phone, and that's why we like it so much. Using a cell phone is effective because its main purpose is to let me communicate with others fast and easily. Providing the person I'm trying to contact and I are in an area with service, I can reach them with just a push of a button, and we can understand each other with minimal interference. There are cell phone towers almost everywhere, except like small towns and lakes and stuff, so I can call people anywhere. Cell phones are way better than the previous way of making phone calls, because you can talk anytime and anywhere, whereas with a landline you're just stuck in your house, just anywhere, you know. You can also play games and go on the internet if you have a phone with those capabilities, and it keeps all your contacts in your phone book, so you don't have to write them all down and make sure you still have it and don't lose it. You can also take pictures on many cell phones from today, which is kind of fancy and fun. You can also call people emergencies. Like say you're out driving with your mom and then you get a flat tire and she pulls over to get it, but then a car hits her when she gets out of the car, and then she rolls into a ditch. You can call an ambulance and call anyone in your family to let them know what has happened. Also, if you are in a very awkward situation, you can take out your phone and pretend to text, and then you don't look like such a loser. I love cell phones, but we can make them better by making them a lot cheaper. It's very costly to have a cell phone, especially if you have a big family and you don't want a landline anymore, and landlines are a lot cheaper. So it'd be better if they could make it cost less, you know? And to make it better, they could work on getting more cell phone towers so you could have service everywhere. Like if you go to your cabin or something and it's raining and you have nothing fun to do, you can text and call people. Also, we can make them even smaller because, you know, you put them in your pocket. You don't want this big lump. The invention of cell phones has impacted society in many ways. One way it has impacted society is by changing the way people work, play, and manage their daily life. People can communicate with others even if they are far away from the house. This might be annoying for some people, but it's very useful, like in an emergency. If someone gets into any type of an accident when they are out of the house, they can easily dial 911 unless they're dead. Some parents have...
Oh God.
Some parents have given their child more freedom because of the belief that the child can be contacted at any time or any place. Employers can now reach their employees at any time, providing the employee has a cell phone on them. This is efficient for business, but it might be annoying for employees who would rather not be bothered on their vacation or outing. A problem with the emergence of cell phones is that people don't talk face to face as much, or they're always on the phone and not paying attention to the people around them. Cell phones have also impacted the environment. A positive impact they have had is that they have allowed people to communicate about environmental problems and come up with solutions. A worker is able to stand right next to the problem and communicate exactly what is going on to someone else. A problem with cell phones is that when they are broken, they are no longer of use to anyone and must be thrown away. That means there's a lot of plastic waste from cell phones. The batteries in cell phones also create a lot of toxic waste, if not disposed of properly. A lot of paper is used to create the manuals for cell phones, and that's not good. Another way cell phones have impacted society is by changing how money and goods are traded. For example, you could do business over the phone no matter where you are. This could be by telling someone to buy stocks for you or debating the price of an item when you are away from home. On some cell phones, you can also access your bank account to check the balance or access the internet, which would allow you to buy goods on